The green flag from the marshal at the rear indicates that all the cars are in their grid boxes and the start sequence can get underway. Once 5 lights extinguish, we will be racing. It's race 2 at the Hungaroring. Lucas Howe will try and dive to the inside to protect that inside line going into turn number 1. All cars get away safely, and sure enough, Lucas Howe has denied Pascal Wehrlein the opportunity. Gary Pavitt already on a charge look right behind Paul di Resta and alongside Edo Mortara. Edo Mortara to the inside of Paul di Resta now as all the cars go through turn 1. 1 or 2 do run wide, but it is Lucas Howe from that P1 position, and Gary Pavitt looking really racy right at the start of this race as they make their way downhill now, going through turn 2, and Timo Glock has spun around. So whether there was a touch there that pushed Timo Glock into that spin, I would think so. Of course, he is on cold tyres. Well, now we can... Yes.
Yeah, it was those two that came together.
Now,
front right of Muller's car touching the right rear corner. It wasn't a straight into the back of him job, was it? They were both fighting for the same corner.
And I suspect, in fairness to Nico Muller, what happened there as he turned in, cold tyres, the car pushed on a little bit, made contact with Timo. Timo went around. Of course, he's the one that suffered the most.
Over the line they come suddenly, 1 minute 42, so they're going 3 to 4 seconds a lap slower, and now it is starting to rain over here, and quite heavily as we get the change of lead. Pascal Wehrlein through, down the inside at turn 1. Terrific car control. Hour down to 2nd place. They're both well clear of di Resta in 3rd position. But now this is a voyage into the unknown. You've no idea how much grip you've got until you get there. In
comes Lucas Howe. Now, yesterday, the Mercedes-Benz crew were not the quickest in terms of changing those tyres. Also coming in are Philipp Eng and Bruno Spengler. Oh, and he's made a mistake.
Oh, no.
I think he's probably locked the car up coming into the garage, and the damage to the front.
It's so wet in that pit lane.
Somebody need to get me.
Fast either.
No.
The mechanic was right in the way of the car then as well.
You can see him turn.
Nothing.
Here we go, back to racing then, with 25.5 minutes on the clock left for this race. So Junker Deyer on the inside of Gary Pavitt then as they head down to turn 1. Pascal Wehrlein has just escaped up the road, hasn't he? There's where the contact came, I think, between Timo and Gary. And that was that 3 abreast moment where Edo Mortara was between Rast and Rast, the back end of the car, stepping out, following that touch there from Gary Pavitt, and around it went. Timo's going to go around the outside of turn number 1 on Philipp Eng now, and if he can keep the momentum, he might swap to the inside, sure enough, but... So here comes Glock on Eng then, and Philipp Eng certainly knows with the DRS open on Timo Glock's car, he's going to be utterly defenceless, isn't he? And sure enough, Timo Glock does go through.
Absolutely. So the 4 leading pit stoppers, BMWs. That's what we're
So it's now or never for Mike Rockenfeller then. He's got 1 lap left in which to do it. He has got DRS available. The window on the wing is open as he tries to reel in Philipp Eng. He looks at the inside. He's not quite close enough. He's going to have to try and do it around the rest of this track, and that's going to be jolly difficult, Chris.
Yeah, that was the best chance for sure, but Mike will not give this one up. The battle for the final place on the podium, Aaron, a little bit deep into the corner, leaving the door open into turn 2 was Philipp Eng there, out through turn 2, down the hill, into the right-hander at turn 3, which leads onto the back straight and the uphill climb towards turn 4, but Eng now getting back away from Rocky. Yesterday, Dave, there wasn't a single BMW in the top 10. Today, they're all in the top 10. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 7th and 8th. The rain dance worked.
It did. So Rocky continuing to chase Philipp Eng, but as Chris has indicated, his best chance really has probably gone now. So unless Philipp makes a mistake, and Philipp tends not to make mistakes, Might be that Mike is going to have to settle for a P4 position and not be on the podium, and it'll be an all BMW affair up there here at the Hungaroring for this race 2, with Marco Wittmann leading comfortably from Timo Glock, who actually is maxing his points haul with that P2, and Philipp Eng then. But this is Marco Wittmann, the 2-time champion, about to cross the timing line. He's had a P2 this year, and now he takes the first win of the season. Marco Wittmann wins his first DTM race of the season, locks the tyres up. Timo Glock takes P2. And then around the final turn for his second podium in his rookie year for Philipp Eng. And then it's Mike Rockenfeller P4. Paul Di Resta, a good recovery to take P5, to be fair. Another good finish from Joel Eriksson taking P6. Then it's Bruno Spengler, Augusto Farfus, Lucas Au and Edo Mortara rounding out the top 10.
Which is great.
Well, here we have confirmation of the result then. Marco Wittmann taking the win. From Timo Glock, P2. Then it's Philipp Eng, Mike Rockenfeller, Paul Di Resta. Then it was Joel Eriksson, Bruno Spengler, Augusto Farfus, Lucas Au and Eduardo Mortara rounding out the top 10, and the rest of the order you can see on the screen.
The race.
Well, in the Drivers' Championship, Timo Glock now on 90 points, Gary on 79, Paul Di Resta 67, then Lucas Au, then it's Marco Wittmann, Edo Mortara, Philipp Eng, Wehrlein, Rocky, and Bruno Spengler is into the top 10 in the points on 29 points. And you know, when you look at that, you still couldn't, whilst Timo Glock has got a nice points advantage at the moment. Still wouldn't bet on where the championship is going to go come the end of the season, and our second visit, of course, to Hockenheim in the middle of October.